So with preformed cove, normally it gets sat up against the wall, butted in, and you get a joint that you have to detail out. What we've come up with is a new adhesive that's designed to weld your two pieces together in such a way that you can get your cove joined nice and tight together, and then not have to mess around with all that time spent in detailing out these joints. So the idea is you let it stick, give it a couple seconds, bond up. Then, while that's happening, I can lay out my pieces. I can take my adhesive now, and I can go right into the bonding channel. Get that all done. Come back, and then I do a second one down this other bonding channel. Usually about a little bit more where it's over running the walls. Now remember, on porous substrates you're going to need to leave a bigger caulk bead, and on drywall and things you're not going to need much. But on something you want to stay permanently, definitely want to do this. And then lastly, you want to run a bead into this inside 90 so that the cove anchor stays sitting there when you're done. Okay? I should have probably cut a little bigger tip, but you're going to get the picture of what we're looking for. Okay? This is our waterproofing bead. This is going to keep moisture from getting into your substrate. Block and wick up moisture, causing mold and mildew scares, and obviously that's something we don't want. Okay? So once we've done that, the other thing you can do is on the back side, just put a little bead over this. The idea is make sure it's waterproofed when you're putting this together. Okay? Now, what I normally recommend with the Easycove adhesive is let it set up a little bit, because it'll start to tack up and it'll give you better initial grip. But for the sake of the video, and assuming that I have to get done right away, I'm now going to lift in this bonded piece together, okay? And I'm going to put it on this wall like that, okay? Now, this seam is still slightly apparent, but with our competitor's product, you've got to do this whole Bondo job here. All you need to do with ours, take a little of the adhesive, run it down the front like that, fill up the gap, and remember, we're going to be coating this floor later, so you want to basically just have everything sealed up. Okay, so you get it sealed up, and then you're pretty much done. Now, as this material sets up, it'll get more tacky, and so you can press it more in. But I want to show you something, because materials, as they cure, some of it tends to want to bow away from the wall. So for example, right here where we get a little gap, let's just say, I can come in with this and I can actually put some of this adhesive here and just press it in against the wall, hold it for a minute, just so it grabs. Okay? If it leaks down the front, it's not a big deal. It's very thin, it's paintable, but it allows you to just leave little tack marks instead of using screws or nails. That's hokey. It's another step you have to use. We're trying to keep everything really easy here. So again, if I see little spots, I just tack them up. Okay? Give my finger a little hold time. Now our RQP is setting up. We've got this thing against the wall. We've just put up pretty much 8 foot of cove in a few minutes. And when it's done, we're going to have a beautiful edge, top, bottom, all over the place. Now, if it's a really rough wall, what we recommend is take your RQP with a smaller tip, and if you need to, you can come along here and simply run a bead across the top. I'd cut the tip smaller than what I have it. Okay, that's not good, but like that. And then you just take a rag once it sets up, and I would have waited till this set up a little bit more, and you just simply run your bead across this. Wipe my hands off. Take a rag, just wipe it. Okay, so now we have a watertight seal at the top. We have a nice radius. We've got a sandblasted finish, so you're ready to prime it with any color you want, any flake you want, anything else. And again, it's that simple.